Okay, try that again. Sorry, my YouTube console bugged out and I had to exit out and re-log in again. So I will go back and delete the false start in a moment. Everybody's having a good day where they are. It's been a bit of a funny one here. So get rid of the 92nd or whatever it was. I'll work that out once I work out which one was that one. That is the one that was the false start. Let's have a look at that. What's the duration? Delete that one. All right. I've done the right one, and we are still alive and good. All right. Hi, Keith. Yes, sorry. The UI broke. Scientific research return to station. Return to scientist. Now, it's taken me somewhere unexpected at the end of the last session. So leap in the dark, locate the mysterious distress signal. So let's do that. And then back to scientific research. A leap in the dark. The leap will start with finding my ship. I've deleted it. I didn't want to confuse anyone as to why it was 2 seconds long or 19 seconds long or whatever it was. I think the problem was that it wanted me to relog back into YouTube, which I did immediately before starting the stream, and it may not have finished entirely logging in before I started the stream, and it bugged out and it wasn't giving me the chat interface and a bunch of other diagnostics in the monitoring window, so I figured it was best to stop and restart. So head down to the surface, let's look at the signals. So I don't even know what system I'm in. Circle back around to wherever the signal was. Oh, there seems to be a hole in the ground. Is that a direction? There we go. Green and purple are kind of feminist colours. I actually have green and purple hair right now. I worked out recently during a workshop that I was sitting in that so first half of last year I was diagnosed with ADHD at far older than I'd like to admit right at the moment, and I was talking to someone about some of the traits of ADHD, particularly in people that are not necessarily diagnosed initially, and one of them was oppositional defiance disorder, and it was like, yeah, working in a corporate environment where I have green hair when I work with corporate and government clients, might not be the smartest option, but it is who I am. Looks like a big teddy bear. It's quite funny, I was on a call the other day and one of the solution architects was going, is green your favourite colour? Because I was like there with green hair and I had a green Zoom background and I was wearing a green shirt. I was like, well, yes. Jeez. That will be the Sentinels. Was a building locator nearby. I say nearby. I'm giving value of nearby. It's closer. So let's go to that first. I was a little north of that. Not a huge amount, but a little. So the screening I had to do included having to have a parental figure, preferably mother, because I guess the assumption is that the mother does most of the caring as you are growing up, to answer a questionnaire about childhood behaviours in order to assess whether certain symptoms are sort of lifelong, I presume, versus related to other causes. And her general decision, a general response was something along the lines of, I don't remember. I'm so well behaved. She really didn't deal well with the diagnosis. She took it as a personal slight against her parenting. I have a couple of ideas of what I'm going to play. The first thing I play probably won't be a two-player with Brem, or probably not in the first couple, because I am sort of, this is my channel, not his channel, and I kind of want to have some of my own identity with what I'm doing. There's a couple of games that I've looked at that are puzzle-solving games. There are a few things I do want to get back to, but I have committed to playing a new game each month that I haven't played before. So there's a couple of escape room style games that I've looked at. There are a couple of 2-player ones that Rem and I may look at doing together in a later cycle or out of cycle as not part of the 1 game a month. But we'll look at that. I did see, was either you or Eric made a suggestion of a platformer, and I looked at it and I just went, oh, that's a bad idea. I don't know if you looked at the video I did for 7 Doors, but for what was a 4-hour video to solve it the whole way through, I think a decent chunk of it was doing the single level that involved a platforming section. One of the comments she made at one point is that when I was growing up, people didn't really have ADHD. And I think she felt like she was being criticised for not recognising there may have been issues. For some context, I do have a cousin on my father's side that has developmental issues as a result of my understanding is it was oxygen deprivation during birth. They got the umbilical cord wrapped around their neck during delivery, I believe, and they weren't picked up until probably 3 or 4 that there were issues, largely because her mother didn't want to acknowledge that there were issues. And there were several, that was on my father's side, there were several people on my mother's side, one of her brothers in particular. I would say it's highly likely that he was autistic, and several of my cousins on that side of the family have subsequently been or their children have been diagnosed as autistic, and a couple to a level of requiring substantial assistance. So, like, there's certainly background stuff going on that there's stuff there, and I was honestly surprised at the diagnosis. I thought it was far more likely I would get an autism diagnosis, and it's possible it's still there, and that the person I saw focused primarily on the ADHD assessment, in part because you can't treat autism, if that makes sense. You can have management techniques, but you can't treat it as such. And there was very much a sort of recognition of the reason I was seeking diagnosis was I was having issues focusing at work and wanted to resolve that to an extent so that I could actually get my work done. And they could intervene with ADHD in a way that they can't intervene with autism, if that makes sense. There's also a fair bit of stigma, regardless of what people want to say. I mean, I'm fortunate that I work with a fairly understanding employer. We have internal support groups for people with an assortment of disabilities or special needs. I mean, to a degree, it's a function of the type of organisation that I work for, but we have a lot of people who probably fall into that bucket. Because of the type of work that we do, we probably have a higher than average ADHD and autism rate than many organisations. But it's very much a case of you don't know what tomorrow holds, and being open about it at work runs the risk of it being something that people know about you the next time you're looking for a job, and they may or may not be quite as open about it. The company I work for is quite good in that they run sort of internal awareness training, for want of a better description, particularly for managers, on how to effectively manage people with neurodivergent attributes. So there's quite a lot of support where I am now, but not all organisations are the same. Ooh, on the ground. I think the thing that I've gotten out of it the most is, for me, it's explained a lot of things where over the years I've felt like I've been being dumb about. Yeah, that's not the button I want. Funny thing. Thank you. I wanted that. That button. It's funny. I spoke to my general practitioner after I got the diagnosis, and her initial response was, "You sure it's not just your OCD?" I was like, "I've never been diagnosed with OCD. I've suspected it, but thank you." Yeah. You can make it against the law to discriminate, but there are ways and means. And I suspect a lot of people in the US are going to find that out in the next little while. Funnily enough, so I read Reddit far too often when it's good for me, and I was reading something in Best of Legal Advice this morning, and it was someone talking about how they had vision impairments and had previously had agreement from management to have a particular accommodation in the way their monitors were set up, and using high contrast modes on the monitors at work to assist them in seeing things on screen properly so that they could work. And they had new management come in that decided that they were going to force them to use the regular settings, which meant that they couldn't process things as quickly because they couldn't see the screens and read them properly, which they started getting dinged for poor performance. And they, other than the fact that they threatened them with some regulations around tampering with electronic devices, this was in the UK, they then locked them out of the ability to update the settings. So it was, very, very deliberate. And there were a bunch of lawyers going, "Ooh, they done bad. You want them to fire you at this point, because if they do, that's a large amount of money when you go to employment law." Because they had directly contravened the rules around reasonable accommodations, and it had been previously on record with HR that those reasonable accommodations were applied for that reason. So it was a dumb thing to do. But you have to remember HR is there to protect the business, and not all HR is good. HR understands that protecting the business means protecting the employees from the business making stupid decisions, because that results in the business finding themselves being sued, which is not good for business. They totally misunderstand what protecting the business looks like. But I found it was good for explaining things like, you know, the joke earlier about the OCD, explaining why I get really distressed if things don't get put back in the correct place, which is a bit of a joke in our house. I had the cleaners through earlier today, and the first thing I do after the cleaners have left is I go put everything back where it's supposed to be. Because they never do, and it upsets me. And Brem is very patient with that aspect of me. He has his own quirks, I have mine. But I've sort of discovered since lockdown that my ability to mask and my tolerance for sensory overload has gone way down since being mostly work from home. And things like the commute into the city to go to the office is really hard. Everybody on the train in the morning with all their freshly poofed perfumes and stuff, and too many people and all that sort of fun stuff. Because I usually travel in early before there's too many people around. But even then, can be a lot of people. Long way down there. And then I used to do things like, there was a shadow or something flying over the ground. Someone mentioned that the other day. I used to do things like have speakers at my desk quietly playing music that wasn't really audible much beyond my desk to give me sort of a little controllable soundscape and uni, but didn't have headphones on. One of the things I have struggled with in recent times is headphones trigger my motion sickness, which is awesome. So I generally have to balance my audio very carefully because I play with speakers on and an open mic. And I have very poor voice projection for varying reasons. I think the most probable reason is stress-related, is the conclusion that voice therapists and I have come to. So it makes it tricky for me to project, and it's one of the reasons I often play without speaking for extended periods of time, is I find it very tiring to project. I have a tendency to do that whole ADHD, autism, overshare thing frequently, as I'm doing right now. Not always very good with boundaries. I've worked out recently that I think a chunk of it is you overshare on stuff that you're comfortable sharing, because it lets you avoid talking about the stuff you don't want to address. And because you've shared a bunch of stuff, people don't feel compelled to press you about other things. Which feels a little dumb on occasion, but I feel like that's the way it works. It's a form of masking. this looks like the sort of building I'm probably going to be asked to break into. Hello. This is another one of the ones where you need to have a Atlas Pass version 2. I'm going to decline that and give it back to him. Yep, let's pass 2. Pass version 2? Yep, that's what the door I wanted. That's the door I wanted. Oh. Is going to be Atlas Pass version 2 as well? Yes, it is. And is that console accessible? It is! Four, 4, 6, 3 is an option. I'm that stereotypical person that does that. You'll always find me in the kitchen at parties because I don't want to deal with too many people. I do a lot of dishes at parties. Regardless of whose house it's at.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, it's... Oh. It was. Thoughts that can come horizon. The whole terminus there, or this one? Oh. Have I been here before? Did I find this one previously? I find the Gecko quite cute, but from some of the stuff that's being said, I'm pretty sure they're going to turn out to be the bad guys. There's a quote from Terry Pratchett talking about the Fae and all versus awesome and glamour and stuff, and about if cats weren't as charismatic as they are, we'd recognise what little bastards they are. And I feel like the Geth are a bit like that. If they weren't so cute, we'd be far more suspicious of them than we actually are. Well, I was a bit disturbed when the random Gek words I learnt was murder. It was like, excuse me? Where did that come from? That doesn't seem like a word I should need to use. I need to know. Yeah, okay. Most games you can get a fair way through without needing to know that word. Search specimen. Okay. I got back with the keen rep that I lost in the previous building.
Technology recharge.
I know there's a faster way of doing that, but I find the quick menu not so quick. Mostly because it flashes up and flashes down faster than I can actually process what the options are half the time. It would be, from an accessibility point of view, because I'm quite into accessibility stuff for obvious reasons, it would be good if you could change the delay setting on how quickly that menu goes away. It's something that is frequently a setting in other systems. Okay, the fade speed on various on-screen UI elements. Hello? You want to talk to me? I have a theory. I can't remember. I don't know who I am. Everyone recognises me. Maybe this is me from the past, speaking to me now. What do you need to construct a mine art? Cadmium. Not getting far until I get to the next system, am I? Yeah. Expect that. We will, for the moment, put that in the starship. Alright, back to my ship, and then I should go find those ancient ruins. I'll find it somewhere where they are. Hyperdrive upgrade required to locate cadmium. Install cadmium drive in your starship.
Technology installed.
I can install that bit. I'm going to have to make some chromium. Alrighty, let's make some chromium while I'm doing other stuff. So let's power that up first.
Recharge.
Then let's give myself some copper. There's some copper. And while that's running, I will go inspect this other. Where's my ship gone? Over in this direction somewhere, I'm getting. Straight up. Straight up. Let's talk to Mara. Let's do a bunch of things, but I'm going to go check these ancient ruins out first. And then I'm going to probably call my freighter in if it'll let me. Why not? And I will call in the anomaly again once I land. High central activity. That'll be fun. Very green and bird. And I can get a suit upgrade, I believe, on the anomaly. Because I think last session I just landed on the anomaly and that was about all I did. Just to end the session. Ah, down, 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 down. One of those ancient ruins. Alright. Bark windstorms. That sounds fun. That can't possibly go well for me. Alright. over that ridge. They're going to pop over the edge.
Units received.
Fairly hostile planet, isn't it?
Units received. Weather update. Storm clearing. Units received. Units received.
Nuclear planet. Here outside the cabin. Over to Explorer. That could be useful. Coming.
Units received. Units received. Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Units received.
A little cautious before I move ahead. So, things are very big. Aha! There's the sentinel. Up like hawks.
Units received.
Alright, so there is a sentinel there. So I want to come in from underneath. so that I can mine this. Without attracting too much attention until I'm nearly done. I got one the other day that was ammonia blended with copper, where the two veins kind of ran into each other, which was very odd. Sentinel is outside still. Not dead at all. That's so. But I haven't triggered it yet because it is not looking at where I am.
Units received. Units received.
Third life on this planet.
Units received.
So Graham is off at Hamilton tonight with his mother for the start of the final week in Sydney. I work tomorrow and then I fly up the day after. So tomorrow night I have to run the cats to the cattery, which is going to be an interesting challenge. because it means that I need to get them into their crates solo, which is not always something that is quick and easy to do. They tend to be a bit skitty. So that'll be fun. Well, especially when you add to it that my mobility is not always the greatest, and they're much faster than I am. I have persistence on my side. So it becomes a bit of a who is more invested in ensuring they get their way.
Technology recharge.
Because they're quite determined that they don't want to go in the crate, and I'm generally quite determined that they have to, and it involves a lot of chasing them back and forth up and down the house and having to climb over and under furniture as they hide under things and try and get them cornered somewhere without distressing them too much, because the goal of this is not to distress them. It's just I really need to get them in the crate so I can get them where I've got to go. And sadly, you can't reason with them. Hello, Mr. Sentinel. Sentinel looking. Echo in particular tends to be a bit difficult to corner. And she's little, so she can get into things that I can't necessarily get under to get her out. Goes straight line through to it. Take me out of the direction of the Sentinel for a bit anyway, out of its view. Give me a little bit of a hidey hole. Copper gone. There's the copper gone. Still over there, which I'll get up to the copper. across there is. Large stone, ancient ruin. Large stone is on the far side. This side of the ancient ruin. Okay. Oh, that'll be one of the ones at the ruin.
Units received.
I've noticed that cats seem to have preternatural ability to detect when you are approaching with intent. Like, they know when I'm just wandering past and they're quite content to sit there. But if I'm wandering towards them intentionally, they know and they run and hide. Fine. So Avon is big and wriggly and strong. Echo is little and extremely skittish and gets into places and hides, and sometimes I can't find her for ages. So I want her to be calm before I have to catch her so that I can work out where she's going to be. Yeah, I keep telling Brem that they can sense his anxiety, and that's one of the reasons he's having issues trying to bond with them, is he gets super wound up and anxious about it. And they can tell.
Radiation protection.
Whereas I tend to be much calmer with them and just let them be most of the time. Mind you, Echo is a funny little minx.
Technology recharge.
She took ages to warm up to me at all. And these days, when she wants attention, she makes it very clear she wants attention. And she comes and sits on me and tries to knock my phone out of the way or whatever I'm doing. Does it when I'm working too on occasions. And then last night she was sitting on my lap while I was watching something in bed on the tablet. And every time, she did it multiple times, she'd stretch and slide and fall off the bed. And she'd give me such an aggrieved look, like I'd been the one that had pushed her off, whereas she had just stretched and rolled and just slid off the edge. Silly girl. And she gets upset when I try and catch her, because I'm interfering with her stretching. Alright, there was a building nearby. Is that it? Or was there one closer? Yes, that's it. dangerous plant nearby.
Units received.
Sentinel. Just on the off chance, let's have a weapon ready to go. I am being distracted by squirrels and resolutely not progressing the quest right at the moment. But there's a whole new planet and I'm having a look around. And I'm collecting info on some of the new stuff I'm encountering. Because I need the nanites. Looks like a decent sized base. Alright. Down we go. Down the quick face. Let's boost my shields a little bit.
Technology recharge.
Well, funnily enough, the two cats that we have, one of them we got just before lockdown started, was a rescue from a friend of mine volunteers at a shelter up in the Yarra Valley, which is on almost the diagonally opposite side of the city from us. And they had more animals than they could manage, and it was just after the 2020 bushfires. And we went and got a not quite kitten. Almost, she would have already been 14 weeks because she'd been desexed at that point. So she was a young cat, not quite a kitten. She was old enough to be desexed at that point. Still quite young, exceptionally skitty. The household that she was from, the family home, had burnt down during the fires, and she was the last one of the litter to have survived. But the family had lost their house, so they couldn't look after her or anything else at that point. So she'd been put in a shelter after they caught her. So we picked her up, and she was extremely skittish. The first time that we trialled letting her wander the house freely, I don't think we saw her for another 3 weeks. The food would vanish from time to time. Finally got her settled enough that we could spend time near her. And when she was about 4 or 5 months old, one morning she was in the bedroom in the front window crying. I didn't know why, and I had a look out the front window, and there was this little ball of fur in the middle of the street. And I went and caught it. One of the neighbours had been around door knocking a few nights earlier. They'd recently gotten a kitten and it had gone missing. And they were wondering if anyone had seen it. So I went and caught the kitten that was out in the street and brought it home. And then I'd actually written down the address on a post-it note. So I went to go find them to see if we had found their kitten. And it was like, oh no, our kitten, we found them later the same day. So suddenly we had a spare kitten that no one knew what to do with. Take that. Yeah, can I scrap it? Not really worth it. It's kind of cute. But it's not really worth it, I don't think. So suddenly we had a kitten that we weren't expecting to have. That we were not expecting. So we rang the local council to say, all right, so what do we do? And they said, if you promise to
Product received.
de-chip, promise to chip and de-sex them, this conversation never happened. But if you can't do that, then you should drop them at the local animal shelter, and they will they will put the animal up for adoption once they reach old enough to be de-sexed. So it's like, what do we do? And we decided to keep him. We didn't know it was a him at that point, too little to actually determine gender. And they said that at the age that he was, because he still had blue eyes, which for cats, their eyes change colour about the 6-week mark. And he wasn't all white, so there was a good chance he wasn't going to retain blue eyes, and he didn't. They're very amber. But I don't know if I can make those yet. He's a little curious of an animal, but he's kind of settled in. He's just starting to calm down now, but he's very floofy and very big. We hung on to him. He's called Avon, mostly after Kurt Avon from Lake 7. But a little bit after Avon called him, because he was crying in the middle of the street when we found him. And there are days he's not terribly clever. I'm sure you could say that about many animals. He has his days. Oh, so let's put some stuff in. did I just acquire? Let's tidy this up a little. Right, it's probably need that already. Cross. Thanks. And so that's it. Yeah, I probably will. Just moving some stuff across from navigation data. Drops. I'm assuming I need that for a quest, and I don't want to sell it yet. Free. Surely I have so much free. Yes, that's what I thought. So one thing I'm missing is the so I play a lot of Warcraft, and it is smart enough these days to recognise when you have something in your inventory that is in another sort of area, for want of a better description. So if, for example, I had something in the freighter, it would, if I moused over the inventory somewhere else, it would tell me that I have multiple things that meet that is the same type of inventory, and it would tell me all that here. What's the other thing? That I need to find someone to sell some of these things. So I don't know if they sell here. I suppose one way to find out. Should have looked at the sell what sells for money. Nitrogen salt semiconductor. So spark canisters, I had some of those. No, some of those. It's going to charge me. I'm going to make a loss on those. Alright. And did he have any blueprints I don't have? I'm still very much trying to finish the quest, but everything's overloading me with too much information. 39. Okay. So we'll put those back in the freighter.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Incoming storm. Alright, let's get off the surface. Oh, what was that? There's something. Data. Let's get off the surface. been to the space station system either. It seems to have stopped yelling at me to go pick up the rewards for the expedition. I believe there's a new one starting tomorrow. So if I have time before I go to bed tomorrow night, after I've done all the stuff I've got to do tomorrow, get packed ready to go in the morning, I might come kick off the expedition. But I'll have to have a look at what's involved in setting it up. Go get my suit upgrade. Upgrade my exosuit. Inventory or item? Yeah, let's go with inventory. I think I've got all the things you can get. Yep, you're not showing me anything. Don't worry.
Item received.
Alloy roofing, alloy structures, I like the stone stuff.
Item received. Item received. Item received. Item received.
Yeah. Got other stone wall things.
Item received. 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 Item received.
I'm out of bits. Let's go talk to Nala. Tell me. I think I've bought all the stuff in here too. Yep. I'll leave you for now. I don't feel confident.
Item received. Item received. Item received. Item received. Item received. Item received.
Liquid explosive.
Item received.
It's an agricultural product. I have questions.
received. Item received. Item received.
Dirty bronze.
Item received. Item
Hot ice. Ice baby.
Item received.
Fusion accelerant. I suspect that's a type of fuel.
Item received. Item received.
Where are we going? Teleporter. Ah! That's what I didn't mean to do.
Item received. Item received.
Should be enough to buy this last couple of bits.
Item received. Item received. Item received. Item received.
I will worry about exocraft later when I have the brain space to do so, or I get asked to do so by my scientist. Hello. Way too understanding, Nada. To go to the space station here before I leave the area so I can find it again. Or do I have to go to it? I've got to go to it. Okay. Now it tells me about the expedition rewards. In here this time. Helped before.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Find the space station in this system. And lock it in. And I'm probably going to also pick up the missions from my freighter, because there's been a couple I should have completed. A whole bunch of stuff here that I don't know. Get on board. Thought you would pick me up when I flew that close to your entrance. Yeah, like that. There we go. Given how often I end up going back into them without intending to. Hello to Station Tau. I had platinum. I had a recollection I needed platinum for something.
Product received.
I had it before. Alright, think set. Let's have a look at your starship. I don't think I want it. Not as a B class. That's it. Thanks, but no thanks. Selfish. Or rather, they buy fish.
Units received.
Decentered bottles, neutron microscope, instability injectors. Probably the neutron microscopes would be a good thing to sell. Hello, sir. Can I interest you in a gift? That's some fierce lipstick, dude. Technology. The technology word he taught me was technology. What do you want to teach me? Or either or. Hey, Eric. You've managed to come on when I'm probably not going to be on a whole lot longer because it is late and I'm tired. I know I say that every night. Doesn't really change. Ancients. Alright. He approved. Okay, let's go up and upgrade my suit. I'll dip off and visit the scientist before I wander off to do Red Planet. That dude will buy from me, I think. So I think it was a multi-tool item. So, if I look at my multi-tool, my bolt caster has several B grade upgrades on it. My pulse splitter has a S and A. My mining beam has a C. My scanner has a B. So the bolt caster could definitely use some upgrades. Possibly the scanner, though I don't think there were any scanner options available.
Product received.
same, aren't they? Similar. Okay. Alright. Hello, you. Want to talk to me? You have anything to say for yourself? Offer a gift. Teach me something. Tell me something I don't know. Friends we made along the way. See the word. Avengers Assemble. And the EP is generally well accepted. Okay. That looks big and brutal. What is it? A downgrade. So much downgrade. Didn't even want it to scrap the parts. Hello, conscript. Ew. You have a few slips too, dude. What's with that? Though your lipstick isn't as prominent. Teach me something I don't know. Friendship. Protect. Okay. Protect and serve. Hello, warrior issue. A gift. Tell me something. Holy heck. I've spoken to you yet? Yes, I have. Your friend? Yes, I have. Surprised it doesn't affect my rep when I do though. Hello, Mr. Merchant. What have you got to say for yourself, Royal Geck? What was that rider? That's much nicer than murder. They seem like they have barely suppressed anger issues under all the stuff that they do. You just taught me that word. Why are you suspicious? Silly man. Oh, he's dancing again. Dance, dance, revolution. Did I talk to you yet, little geek? Not yet. Prospector. Let's take a risk on another mystery symbol. The last time it got me murder. Well, that could have gone worse. Alright. Now scan those two ships I haven't seen before because I've been told that's a weakness ship. Obviously I don't have the technology yet. So that is, I'm guessing, a C class. That's an A class. That's my ship. That's an A class. And that's a C class. I do like the names though. Alright, I was going to quickly bop across and talk to the scientist now that he's woken up. And then bop back here. So, I believe it tells me where I've come from, last visited. Hello. What do you have to say for yourself, dude?
Alert. Navigational data received.
Can I sell anything I'm carrying? So the spark canisters and the batteries would be good here. Oh, actually, no, that would. Decommissioned circuits, however, and the welding soap would be good. let's pull that across. Deeply suspicious about those as well, so let's get those out of my direct inventory. Let's see if either of those will sell for decent money. I need to build another storage unit down the back here. Nope, that's not going to sell for good, and that's not going to sell for good. Yeah, it's not going to work for me. See you later, Eric. Be well. Alright, let's go back to where we came from, because that's where my ship is. Procedurally generated, and therefore they have to load a bunch of data. See if we can find a red system. Or even, let's looks like it wants me to. Outside of this station. I've scanned that planet. Yes, I have. It's got vile brood, high central activity, etc. Alright, so what else was in this system? been on a tropical planet yet? I don't know if I have. So yeah. What does a tropical planet look like when it's at home? I'm assuming warm and wet. Superheated rain. That sounds violent. Not closed yet. What have I? Nope. Secure. Okay. C-class. That was silly. What's under here? Another exchange vault that's locked. I can keep you amused while you're sick. I don't really think of myself as ASMR content, but if it makes you happy, that's okay. Just kind of bumbling around. Feeling like there should be a core here somewhere. But it doesn't seem to have one. They're underground?
Product received. Product received.
Somehow. Get lifted. Well, bizarre. There's other people stuck underground. We'll try and break them out at the moment. Suffocating in here. Let's do them a good deed.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Okay. This means that I've been lucky up till now because that's the first time I've failed. Extensional brain. Okay. That's a tad concerning. To be living in Rockwell, man. You can break you out of this. Hello, Corporal. You feel better now? Look at the feathers. Have a gift, dude. I wonder if it's a Sleeping Beauty story. demands. That's not a very friendly thing to say. That's not friendly.
Thermal protection falling.
Let's see if we can work on that. Chip feathers. See if we can clear some more of this rock from you. So that we can breathe.
Thermal protection falling.
Poor dude, stuck in the rock. Dude, I'm trying to help you. Behind.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Give me some breathing space, dude. Now I have to get back up. That's the gap. Okay. It's open. Yeah. So are you guys feeling better now that you can breathe? It's okay. Let's practice your language and see if we get anything out of it. Yeah, you're waving to me, dude. I'll talk to you next. Requested. I like charging the exosuit. So, I have played quite a few role-playing systems over the years, and quite a few of them have had amusing rules. And there was a game called Bunnies and Burrows, where it had you played rabbits, and it was loosely based on Watership Down, but you had this thing called bunny mathematics, where rabbits can't count particularly well, which is one of the reasons there's so many rabbits. But they have the idea of their maths goes basically one too many lots. 1, 2, 3, 4. One too many lots. And then after lots, they're not really able to count beyond that. But, big exception to that, is if you have advanced bunny mathematics, you can do one too many lots, many lots, which lets them get to 5 and 6. So I had something marked on my map. By. It's going to land at a funny angle. Where's it going to put me? Oh, somewhere safe. Very pretty. I quite like this. I might have to do a base here for something. Even with the superheated rains. Hello, Mr. Sentinel, what you up to? I'm just having a look. Are you having a look? Hey, Chip. Well, the thing with trolls, though, was it depended on the temperature. The cooler it was, the more they could count.
Incoming storm.
They got smarter the colder it was. Basically, the theory was that their brain is silicon, and if they get too hot, they get sluggish and slow down. Whereas if they can cool down, they become a super processor. Oh, the Sentinel's flying overhead. I'm very anxious about who I am. That's, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll get this one. Nightmare fuel.
Units received. Technology recharge. Weather update. Storm clearing.
Sentinel, having fun? Chip. Saying horizon, but this is a pretty planet. I'm trying to decide if I want to build a base here somewhere. It's pretty but fairly dangerous. kind of on the right side of the planet to go have a look at that moon as well. This is very different terrain than the other side, where all the oceans were. Yeah.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Hello? Close.
Units received. Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Like a turtle of sorts. A battle turtle.
Received.
Get that knowledge stone and then get the heck out of here.
Units received. Thermal protection fully. Technology repaired. Technology repaired.
A week to do absolutely nothing sounds delightful, I must admit. I work for a global consultancy, and most of the time, certainly locally, because it's also summer holidays where we are, most organisations don't want consultants at the office over sort of the Christmas New Year period because they don't want to be spending money on consultants who will be sitting around doing nothing because their staff are all off doing other things. So they often force us to take extended breaks at this time of year. But unfortunately, my current contract is with a government department, federal government, and they don't really close. So, we got very little time off over Christmas in my contract. I was looking at taking 3 weeks off, but it didn't happen. Activated setting. Anomaly. Magnetized ferrite. Grassy planet. Ledge planet. Oh, that sounds delightful. Plated planet, gold, sodium, and it doesn't seem to have essential activity. Just getting that yet. Yes, I have. Alright, so let's go to that one. It's got a moon in front of it too. And I have to upgrade the engine on my freighter. Where'd the little moon go? I'll fly right past it. Or is that the station? a really big rock. Or it's circling so fast that it's not there every other time I look. Oh, this is bizarre looking.
Units received. Units received. Units received.
Surreal. Very odd little planet. Gold, gold, not chromium, sodium, gold, subterranean relic, sodium, subterranean relic, sodium, crystals. Looks like we might have to fly around a bit and find something.
Units received. Units received.
cadmium. What does cadmium look like? Yeah, shiny and red. All right. To one that had the activated cadmium on the next top. So it was the one that had the high scent one. Remember? This does not look like silicate. It's embedded in. A curious deposit. Well, I'm curious.
Units received.
These jumping little hex things are very strange. Like one got away. About this place, and I probably want to come back and explore it more at some point. So I am going to build a base computer here. A very strange planet. I don't know how else to describe it. Yep. Did Ty pick up his board okay? Dug out. I'll have to go find a new one. So if you haven't seen them yet, I'm not sure how long you've been on the stream. I saw a little group of them over here. The wildlife here seems to be little hexagonal pods that just sort of like pop up, wander off like little metallic jellyfish. They're very strange. Done that one. I'll go to the other one off to the side with sun coming up. To top up my suit. No, seems to be also not especially toxic here, just barren as. Yep, that is the one I've already dug up. So there was one over here somewhere. That one. Top of the tree thing. One, indeed. I'm working on it. I'm assuming there won't be any on this planet, however. Well, I just left. So ship over there. So that's not the same one my ship was at. Alright. This will be the last bit of cadmium I pick up, I think. Then I'll pick up my ship and get off the planet. So it could potentially be a largish section too. It's nothing. I should scan.
Units received.
thought that was what you did with them. Let's, just for the moment, where did I put it? I put it here. Runaway mold. Put it back in the exosuit. Go back to the exosuit.
Technology recharge.
It's Wednesday, so tonight's your mum's last night. Let's see. So, question about the Atlas passes. Do you need an Atlas Pass 1 if you have an Atlas Pass 2?
Technology recharge.
When I put the base, there was greater than 6 holes there. I'd have to go back and review the footage to see how many. assuming there'll be no bases here, but maybe there will be.
Technology recharge.
Coordinates. Nice, Chip. Congrats. should really have gone to bed an hour ago. Station, let's go to the station. I didn't see a station in the last system. I don't know what you mean by your channel. Oh, okay.
Technology recharge.
Right here. Okay, you're not sure what I was chasing. Someone had question marks over them. You might find that with the last week to go, a lot of the principals are trying to get as many shows in as they can before it finishes. I don't know, maybe they'll cycle through everyone. Hello, Prospector Lock. How you doing, little man? You'll accept my gift with gratitude, but you'll be irritated that I want to talk to you. Okay, we have murder and blood from the get now. Upgrade. I don't know if they're trying to put on a performance of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Would surprise me. Vulnerable servants.
Units received.
Check and see what grade I've got with my bits and bobs on my exosuit.
Technology recharge.
Well, life support modules are all Bs.
Product received. Product received.
One of these. That is a scanner upgrade module B, underwater oxygen module. For that, I'm assuming. That's a multi-tool. That's an exosuit. I am not going to install either of those. I'm going to sell those. It's crap, but just have a look at it anyway. Oh, supplication. Have an interesting face there. This crap dealer. Actually, have to save yourself, sir. I did not know that you were a person that existed. I've not seen this trader before. Because Fel has very little self-control. Alright, what are they selling? Acquire coordinates. I may have regrets for that. Is going to jump in her ship and jump out again to save, and then she's going to log off because I should have been gone well over an hour ago, if not closer to 2. I was going to have an early night tonight, but I utterly failed at that. But I did manage to get some cadmium, so that is a win. So thanks for those who hung out for far too long. I don't know if I'll get to play tomorrow night. It will depend on what's going on with how organised I am to get out of the house the next morning. But we'll be back Sunday afternoon our time, and I expect you'll see Rem online Sunday evening if he's not visiting his mum, or after he's visited his mum. And it's a public holiday here on Monday for us, so we will undoubtedly be gaming on Monday. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you next time.